weed, shrooms, LSD, even got that Keenan back.
Love wins. There is not a problem out there. A solution hasn't been made for. We just gotta wait. Patience. Peace passes all frustration. You know what the frustration part is? Understanding. You know, you get wisdom or understanding will cost you everything. That's why I follow love that provides peace past all points of frustration. That's wisdom. I don't want understanding to cost me anything anymore.
Money. Who wants some money? Printing shirts? Sell that shit. Make it bounce. Whoop. Hey, Nathan Daniel Byrne here, Affiliate Apparel. You anything you want at any price you want, printed on any garments you want. Voila. Alright, deuces.
Come here, stinker.
Good morning. We're gonna do some screen printing for a brand new gym owner, Iowa today. Nicotrol NS. This shit's awesome. It's the only nicotine replacement therapy that hits both pleasure parts of the brain. So you actually don't want cigarettes. It's really cool. Like, and if you like used to use drugs or whatever and like snorting shit, man, this does way better than cigarettes. And plus, my use over the last 6-8 months or however long I've been on it, I don't know, but a while, it's tapering down. Like, I don't refill it every month now. It like goes every month, adds another week. So like a script now lasts me almost 2 months, whereas when I first started using it, it would last me a month. So dope is dope. That's dope. Oh yeah, I hate you too. All the big ass clubs. I hate you too. Actually, I don't hate anybody. It's too hard to pass. Oh yeah, I hate you. I refuse to drink tap water in Iowa because of the nitrates. So, thanks, EBT. I don't think I'm eligible for food stamps anymore. Well, it depends. I got to fill out my application, turn in by I think the 28th. Because I'm not allowed to pay myself for my businesses yet until I complete this program I'm in with Social Security. It's called Past Cadres. Anyways, I submitted a business plan proposal, and so they said yes because my ideas are really good and I'm super intelligent and do not believe I'm disabled at all. But I was forced to sign papers. I am not committing fraud. I swear to baby Jesus. I don't know. I'm binary. There's more than one of me in me. Because of the, Holy Spirit, Creator, love. I don't know, there's like probably a lot more of me in me. There's a spirit me, which is the real me. There's the soul in me. That's my mind, my free will, and emotions. It sometimes conflicts with my spirit man. Watch out for the truth. They'll label you disabled. Because it ruins people. It ruins agendas of the freaking shadow corporate world. Not really. But maybe. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, so the nitrate, I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know what real is. I just know what fake is, what lies are, what cheating is. Maybe that's why I'm on disability. I don't know what's real anymore. Anyways, maybe because my train of thought is like my train of thought is on a million different things all at once. And I connect the flow. To find out the most efficient path to where I need to go with all the million different things I want to get done. And then I go. And that's why I got this Apple Watch, so I can keep my heart rate down. I go, slow down. Deep breaths. And like, I can like lower that shit. Like 15 beats a second. Or 15 beats a minute, like within like 30 seconds. Because of control. So, I heard that that nursing women and pregnant women are not supposed to drink the water. I don't know if it's in the town I live in or in the state of Iowa. I don't know if that's true or not. But either way, I heard it somewhere. Some report, some news shit. I don't know if it was real news or fake news or like an advertisement for bottled water or whatever. Who knows? So, Bunomatic. By the way, Keurigs are way too expensive. Who concurs? I know you do. Especially if you have one. No matter how rich I get, because I will be like, I gotta pour vinegar in this and clean it out. The mineral content, and I only buy spring bottled water. The mineral content still clogs it up. So they say there's nitrates in the water from pesticides, and you're not supposed to drink it if you're pregnant or nursing. I will never be pregnant or nursing, but still I have to drink the water. So, gosh, work. Let me put some kush up in it. This is the lab. I'm feeling freaking, man, I'm nipping out. Cold, chilly. This heat in this apartment unit, it puts hot water through pipes to heat the place. And like certain times of the day, it just, I don't know. Must be morning. And like mornings, probably because everybody in the apartment unit building is showering. And there's no heat for the pipes for the water. I don't know. Just a theory. Yeah, I don't know if that's real or not. So, my business, anyways, back to this past cadres thing. I use my Social Security money to purchase all the expenses, pretty much the liable assets, the things I need that will make my business function and make money, and then pay the bills. Because I don't have credit. I'm working on it, but I went to the bank when I first got approved for this program. It's like, hey, I'm going to be getting like this amount of money a month. Can I get like a $40,000 loan from you? And then I pay you back like is my operating cost, like $350 a month or whatever, $300 a month, $350. I was like, I'll pay you back like $650 a month, plus interest, so that way I can purchase everything I need for my business plan all at once, and then everything will cohesively function together. And they really liked my plan and stuff and proposal, but in order to get credit from a bank, you have to have a minimum credit score of 630. And whether they liked your plan or not or whatever, it's just their policy doesn't allow them to work with people, no matter how great of an idea you have, for less than 630. I'm working on building my credit. I was able to pay off like everything Equifax said I owed on a credit report like last year, because with supplemental SSI, I have an SSI to supplement my income while I'm in this program, and that is scraping by, man. Plus, like, most of that money goes to court fines from bad behavior back in the day. Which is funny because all those I have like 100 some, not arrests, but charges, but they're all fake. They're not real. They're things I never did. It's just when you get arrested in the state of Iowa, they, I don't know if this is what cops are told to do by the county attorneys, because county attorneys have like a successful trial rate, conviction rate, if something goes to trial, of like 10% or something, because people are humans. So are cops. And they have so many policy procedures to follow that, I don't know, when I'm told to follow a policy or a procedure, no matter how hard I try, I always screw up. Bertie! What are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. This is Bertie the bird from I Am Iowa Wildlife. I accidentally became a cockatiel breeder. Unplanned pregnancies up in this bitch. This is Jasmine Thompson. I buy other songs she makes because wonderful singer. So because of COVID, I had to work my whole plan backwards. Because I am DJ Trap Back Party, and this concert event series that I'm planning is also called Trap Back Party. I mean, I can change the name if it's too extreme for those extremist groups that call other people extreme that are politically funded. Weirdos. If you call anybody an extremist, you're an extremist. If you call anybody an extremist, you're an extremist. I can't help it. So anyway, I wanted to start those first, so that way I'd have, you know, money coming in, because I've been a concert promoter from 1999 to 2014 before I fell into some circumstances that were really difficult to get out of, and I accidentally took other people's help, but then found out the hard way that when you accept somebody's help, it's only in half measures. They're going to want to control everything you do if you receive their help. So, lesson learned. Thanks, but no thanks, but no thanks. Let's go get some coffee. I decided I'd do this video because internet's weird. And like, a stripper told me that all the businessmen they know that are rich, that are their clients or whatever, that sneak over to the strip clubs. Because I don't know, for some reason I only meet strippers. or hookers, whatever. I'm trying not to. I don't know how. Anyways, I love strippers. I don't really care about being stripped on or whatever. I just like who they are. They're unique. And I love to dance too. I've been dancing all my life, so I make it my profession. I'm professional at it. I can do it professionally now. Anyways, this stripper told me that all the millionaires they know have minimum 6 businesses, and she told me that an important part in time in my life when I was setting up this proposal, because as a concert promoter, it's called Outlaw Productions because I operated all in cash. Like, complete disregard for all laws because I was a punk rocker. That was the gimmick anyways. In reality, I had no idea how to, like, fill out forms. I still, like, my mom has to help me fill out forms and paperwork because, like, I just look at that stuff and I'm like, and my mind goes, beep. Or pay attorneys to do it, whatever. Pay accountants. Like, do this for me, I'll give you money. And like, shout out to all my my conglomerate of affiliated service organization agencies. That's why I'm called Affiliate Apparel on the internet and in real life, as you can see. Because I just love working with other businesses that provide me the services I need to make money. And it's AT&T, Mediacom Business, SS Activewear, Sanmar Shirt Space, Alpha Border, Sweetwater. Apple is super helpful, man. Best. Like, switching to Apple from Android and Google has been a lifesaver because I was so dysfunctional without an operating system that had tech support that I can call on the phone and ask questions and screen share and be shown stuff. You know, I pay for that service with Apple Care Plus. You know, and so I made it like when I was at the bank. In order to be approved for a loan, you have to like list your policies and bylaws or whatever. So I never applied for a loan because I just wanted to. I told them I'm not applying for a loan unless you like say yes, you'll give me one before I do the paperwork. Because what's the point of filling something out if somebody's gonna say no and they already know they're gonna say no? Just tell me no before I waste my time, and we can save everybody's time, because time is my real money. Time is my currency. My place value system's on people first, because I spend my time. My money's my bitch. My money's a tool, and I use money to elevate how I spend time with people, if that makes sense. So, and I just want to improve everybody's conditions, mine included. So, I've helped 2 people start businesses that needed my services because I didn't want to have to pay freaking sales tax. So I showed them how to get an LLC, because I fumbled through that whole process for like 4 years before I finally figured it out. Now I can do it like in a snap. So I got them their LLCs, got them their federal tax ID numbers, got them their sales tax permits, so that way I don't have to like charge them sales tax and pay it, because that sucks. So, blah, 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 blah. I gotta stop talking. Even though I know nobody's watching right now, but usually when I do these videos, like, lots of people do later. Because they're all freaking from the government and think there's some type of way about me. At least in my mind. Like, I sold some LSD once to some freaking cops, and these cops in Waterloo like turned me into a drug dealer when I was like a little kid. Like I didn't have drugs, whatever, but I was like 15, and of course I did drugs. So they wanted to keep this guy who had rich parents out of prison because their lawyer paid for that privilege. So to keep this meth manufacturer out of prison, they convinced him to convince me to sell them drugs. And they offered me a lot of money, and I wanted money. So I had the drug dealer drive me to their sting operation, whatever, sold them their 10 strip of LSD. The drug dealer made me buy 100 hits in order to get 10 of them to sell to this guy. And then they didn't arrest me for that crime. I was tripping balls on LSD when I did this. And it was my first experience that was so unique, and I thank baby Jesus for it, because as soon as I got out of the car and saw this guy, he was like, and I don't hate him for doing this to me by any means. They instantly, like, deep inside my spirit, I was like, whoa. It's like I walked into, like, all of a sudden, like, I was underwater. I was like, and everything inside me is telling me to leave. Something's wrong. And I was like, well, I gotta find out what is wrong, so that way I know how to recognize this in the future. And so everything's telling me, yeah, this dude's a cop. He's putting the LSD on the dashboard of the pickup to look at it. Like, who does that? And then they didn't arrest me for it for like a year and a half or 2 years later. And during that whole time, these cops, they never told my parents what I had done. I mean, it's like, do you guys know what reckless endangerment of a child is? Like, I had just turned 15 years old. Anyways, so just in case this was a cop, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I had to buy 100 of these in order to sell you 10. So I guess I'll just sell them all to the kids at high school. Yeah, tripping. And that's what I did. Well, gave them away pretty much, because I suck at selling drugs. Nobody has money for them, and everybody's my friend. We're like, here we go. Back then, I don't buy drugs or use drugs anymore. Only because I don't have a trusted, regulated supply and source. I do have drug tester kits if ever I choose to decide to use a substance, but I honestly don't have time for it. I have too much other stuff going on and drugs bore me anymore these days. So I was beginning to doubt myself. And then these like cops show up in this pink Cadillac at my parents' house in Jessup. And like, man, I was like, I was right. So that's my takeaway. Sorry, not sorry. That's my takeaway. Sorry, not sorry. But that's partially why I'm on disability, is because ever since that event, like, a lot of things happened after that I really only discussed with my therapist and psychiatrist. Because ever since then, everybody in my life that wants anything to do with drugs, and this just progressively got worse mentally, is a cop, or I'm constantly being watched and surveillanced by cops. And it's just, I couldn't get that out of my head, and it just like progressed till I became dysfunctional, like, in my life, you know. And they very well could be. Like, I went to the cops, I'm like, are you guys trying to buy drugs for me? like in like 2014 or 15 or whatever. Because like, everybody in my life at one point, like, they just like I have an awesome, unique ability as a person. Like, I'm a helper. I love to help people. I love doing things for them. I love seeing them happy. That's how I get like satisfaction and joy in my life. And so like I don't know any drug dealers, but if I wanted to get drugs, like, I literally could go out anywhere, walk down the street, and I'm a people person, and I can meet anybody, you know, and be and they volunteer like information and things to me that would lead me to source. So anyways, I use that knowledge now to source legitimate operations and things, and maneuver in ways that are positive, if that makes sense. Because, and I don't have anything against people who use drugs or even drugs, as long as they're real and they are what the person thinks they're buying. Anyways, that's just like something I don't want in my consciousness anymore, because it's super annoying to think that all these cops are like running around chasing me, or even worse, that they're asking their whole vast criminal network about me. Like, thinking about that, because all the narcotic informants that work for the police are criminals, and the cops can't watch them 24/7, and they're like, some of them are a lot of them are mentally ill and on drugs, and the cops just pretend like they don't know they're on drugs. And like, I think it would be very beneficial to all you Iowans out there to press for legislation that mandates if a person is going to work for the police doing their job for them, buying drugs, that person have a minimum stay at a mental health hospital for 3 days for an evaluation. And then if they pass the requirements that a cop has to pass to be a cop, that they be required to have a job and a place to live, or have to live in a halfway house for supervision reasons, because I know for firsthand knowledge that these criminal informants are confidential, or criminal informants, like, they're the lead, like, because they can break into people's houses, steal anything, and they always get off. The cops ignore it. They let it slide. They you know, because they want drugs so much. And another thing, when you have 50,000 police informants in the state of Iowa, these cops are driving the demand for a supply that doesn't even exist with certain drugs. You know, like in Waterloo, for example, the 3,000 police informants that work for the police are the driving demand for the supply of heroin that isn't even there. It's just there because the cops put a demand on it, because the opioid epidemic, like, they're tasked, like, I found out cops are a command structure, so they're tasked by superiors to target and go after heroin, and the cops have to do their jobs that they're ordered to do. So it's not their fault. And they might not even know that they're the driving demand for the supply that's coming in, because there is no supply coming in except for the demand that they are putting on that product by using and abusing mentally ill people and people that need help, not trapped in circumstances and complexes. That shit creates like horrible situations in people's lives. So I'm trying to recover from that experience that progressively got worse. And the only way I know how to cope with anything is find solutions to the problem in my life. The only way I know how to cope with anything is find solutions to the problem in my life. So like, that's one of the goals for my concert event series, is to provide me with the capital I need to hire the people or the nonprofits or whatever to get these legislators to, like, because they won't listen to me. I don't know how. Maybe they will, but I can pay somebody money to be like, hey, go get this law done or created or made. You know, because I guess I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So anyways, I want those for peace of mind, because in my mind, cops are saying my name to these criminals, and when the cops aren't looking, they're gonna come break in my house thinking I have drugs. You know? That's why my shirt says, you know, music with music notes in a pill bottle. Because I know how to save lives with music and words. I don't have weapons. I have weapons. I have words. Diamonds on my phone. Part of why I'm called Trap Back Party is because, like, I'm so sick of people, like, trying to make my life be about drugs that I'm gonna fill this kind of rebellious nature of me, that, you know, the fight and the struggle is real. Like, stop using and abusing me. Stop, like, trying to convince. Stop wanting drugs from me. Stop thinking I have drugs. Like, you want to think that? I'll give you those thoughts. Now I'm, like, your expectations are my only motivation. You know, that's the lyrics to a song by a band I booked with the U.S. Bombs called Far From Finished. So, you know, I'm like Mac Miller, Iowa Farms, just a brand name. It's a clothing brand. Or is it? You know, I can make you question. I can make you doubt. I can make you responsive. I can make you think thoughts. Because I learned how to do that from the media. And because I don't use words that I don't know the definitions to. And I know what the definitions are that other people have for words. And so when you know multiple definitions for one word, you can choose a selection and a variety of what is spoken. That'll make sense. What I said will make sense to politicians, because when they want to say something indirectly about a real agenda that an opposing side or other people might object to, they use words and say it in a way that reflects something it really isn't. And I'm honest, I'm flat out, like, I'm saying it right now, so I'm not lying about anything. I hope this broadcast production sheds some light on me and my organization. It's called Party Foul Productions, LLC, because ain't a party without a party foul. And man, I'm super good at spilling drinks and throwing my jacket on top of like the mirror with the pile of Coke on it at the party, and fucking everybody get mad at me. Whoops. That only happened like 1 or 2 times in my life. It's still like, you know, technically a party foul. I don't hang out with people who use coke anymore because in the past I learned that those are the main people who spread rumors about me to other people. Like, they gossip and then it turns negative, or they get negative, or because I had to make a personal choice not to hurry with anything, because when I hurry, I get tricked by people, or people who want to make me hurry, like the cops or whatever. It's because they're on a time limit and they need me to do something inside a controlled situation, and I can't operate like that, because when I get hurried, I forget things, and when I forget things, it costs me money I don't have, and I can't afford to lose what I do have, like a wallet, phone, keys, you know. I'm like a pirate. But I'm not like a pirate, I'd be more like a privateer. A legal pirate. Legal pirate. Legal pirate. Privateers are legal pirates. I love you, Zed. I went and saw Zed once. When I got my Social Security money, like I got like a back payment. It's actually like, I won't say, I'm not gonna get into like the incident that led me to be on there, because that's a long story. So it got traced back to one incident involving a research chemical. And because I'm not like unstable or whatever, I'm allowed to be my own payee. And so they were trying to make it so I couldn't get that money, but I was able to get the bank account and shit set up. So I'm super good at getting what I want all the time. I've never not gotten what I want in life. So I took off to Vegas with like 11 grand because I was like, I want a car and an apartment, and nobody would take me to go get those things. And doing those things requires transportation. And I knew if I took taxis everywhere by living in a small town that it's like $250 round trip, and so I'm just like, fine. If you guys don't want to help me spend the money responsibly how I want to spend it, because they said, no, you got to pay off your court fines with it. I'm like, no, I don't. That'll get me nowhere. And they're like, well, you got to get your work permit first. I'm like, I can't get my work permit without a car. I have to have a vehicle in order to put a blower in it to get a work permit. Well, you don't even have a job. I have an LLC. If I get a work permit for my LLC, I can operate my business. And people just couldn't get that through their head. So I showed them, huh? You know, I pulled in gross $20-some thousand with affiliate apparel in 10 months without even trying. And then I use the profits for that because I'm not allowed to pay myself to purchase all the equipment for the mobile DJ business. And then I accidentally became a cockatiel breeder. You guys want to see the babies? So cute. Let's go see your babies, Mama. They like squawk, but then when I go, hey kitty, cute, baby, they calm down. Hi, baby. Kitties. Hey, hi. Kitties. Hi. You're so cute. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Little kitty. Yeah. I don't know. Kitty. Hi. Yeah. Every flock that comes to earth through the eggs in my house, like all the birdies do that. And my birds and cat, I have 3 cats. They just like all get along like supernaturally well. The cats don't try to eat them, and they can, birds can be free. I got free-range cockatiels up in here. This is my setup. It's cool, right? And then I got these 432 hertz frequency wind chimes with a fan. And then these are 528 hertz. I had some DNA healing frequency tones that were like big ones, but there's a guy in my life going blind, so I hung them up outside his window to change that. Gotta turn my grow light on. I'm not gonna show you what I'm growing just to cause question in your minds. What is he growing? It's with marijuana. Actually, it's an apple tree or a lemon tree with flowers. Don't tell anyone. People on Instagram think that shit's fucking marijuana. Because of my IO on a farm brand name. True scum. Why would you stand in a corner watching a dude kiss your chick? I'm over here. Oh. I can't wait till I get enough money for a press, a better screen printing press. I've turned this one into like the functioning of a professional one. And you can watch those tutorials on Vimeo or YouTube on how I did that. Rico app! This is Rico app. Tonight we making some bad decisions. Red Hood Squad. We making some bad decisions. Do Miami movies with a manic vision. Tonight we making some bad decisions. Man, I'm so good at my job. I got talents, yo. I gotta put some socks and shoes on. I'll try to hurry and just run through a test print on this recording, so you can see that I don't suck and I'm not just all talk and full of shit. Shout out to Iowa Harm Reduction Coalition. My plan is for the Trap Black Party events to have my, because as a concert promoter in the past, like, in order for me not to lose money promoting concerts, I have to create the businesses that serviced my previous experiences concert promoting. And that is a security service, a screen printing service, a sound and lighting rental service. So that's what the past cadre's plan is. And I'm having to work backwards because of COVID, because I couldn't rent the facilities I needed to right away, which was a blessing, because that way it's allowing me the time I need to do everything correctly. This is actually the right way to do it. Could you imagine that? The right way to do everything is to do it correctly. Could you imagine that? The right way to do everything is to do it correctly. And I allow peace to pass all points of frustration in my life, because everything outside of this right here is not in my control. The only thing I have a control over is me. Nothing else. Nobody else. The only agreements I have in place with anybody are with robots and algorithms, or check the box for terms and conditions. I just take all of them. Any terms and conditions I check, like a lot of them I didn't check. My cats did, because they like to step on my mouse and keyboards. So if I want to read something or agree to something, I'll just like give it time to think about it, and my cats will accidentally accept the terms and conditions. But don't worry, I have no proof of that. I just take them all. It used to make me super paranoid, but saying things like what I just said, like, helps me defuse. Because it would take the average app on a person's phone, it would take them 1 year, 24/7 to read all the to get through all the terms and conditions that they agree to on the applications they run on just one device. Or so says the internet. I don't know if it's real or not. That's statistics or stats. Someone try it out. I say all the lawyers who write those terms and conditions should only be allowed to write them on a phone if they want them to be legal and binding. Like, okay, you have to write them on the device that we're forced to read them on. So I use accessibility features to read me stuff if I ever read them. But when I read the terms and conditions, I do it in a podcast format. It's super funny to me because everything in there is about, all the terms and conditions are about police and cops and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, ah! I'm like, ah! I'm like, ah! So I have to have Siri read them to me, and then I record myself listening to Siri read them to me. And my Siri is an Irish redhead accent, Irish female voice too, because I like Irish chicks and then redheads. But if I ever see a redhead or an Irish redhead, I'm just like too shy to even speak. I'm like, oh. If you like the music you're hearing in the background, feel free to book me for an event. I don't do requests, but I can stick to like a format or a genre. I have about 1,800 songs compiled so far that I've bought. So I would be best suited for high school dances or corporate events rather than bars. I can do clubs. Just because of the music I have on file. And then I'm in DJ school with digital DJ tips for the performance aspects and production aspects of what I'll be doing in the future. Even though the future is not real and doesn't exist. I learned that from Alan Watts. Consciousness comes from space. Consciousness comes from space. I am now aware. Yeah, you make me crazy. Girls make people crazy. And they know exactly how to too. That's good. Do it. If you have an ability, use it. That's your talent. That's your gift. Work it out. Figure it out. If you need my help, shoot me a call. 563-822-1394. And it has caller ID block on it. So you have to identify yourself as a human by pressing a button and then announcing yourself by speaking. And then my phone will ring. If you cannot agree to those terms and conditions, my phone will not ring. And I won't know you called. And I will not respect the message you left. And since it's a business phone, every call is recorded for quality assurance purposes. On my Medicom business server, or wherever that may be. That's why I say, I'm Nathan Daniel Byrne from MySpace. I moved to Facebook, quit, they're fired. I live in the clouds, I'm in SoundCloud, on a bullet train of sound at 432 hertz. Because 432 hertz is the frequency the earth revolves on. And it used to be what music was produced at until the Nazis figured out that 440 hertz increases people's heart rate and makes them susceptible to propaganda. And then when the Americans rescued all the Nazi scientists from the Nazis, that got developed in the music industry and advertising world back in the 50s, found that out, and so they changed their music and ad formats to 440 hertz because when it gives you that positive type of anxiety in people, they figured out that it increases impulse buying. So now the standard for music production is 440 hertz. Thanks, Nazis. So if you're a music producer, don't be a Nazi. tune your instruments to 432. That's like A or A minus or I don't know, some sort of thing. I'm not a rocket scientist, so I don't know exactly. I just know what I know. And since I'm me, I've had advanced training in all things Bible because I was forced to be in a private school that beat the shit out of me until 6th grade. These big ass paddles with holes drilled through them right in front of the class, making me cry. Boom! Follow Jesus! Boom! Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. You want about a quarter width of flex between here. I don't like this song. Follow me. Let's go change it. It's kind of cool, but man, I got to get this test print run off so I can get off of Twitter Live. It's my 3rd time using it. It's kind of cool. Like, I didn't expect to get the amount of views and stuff I've gotten with it. This song sucks too. So I need to get one of these with micro adjustable heads. I could have bought one by now, but man, I have so much stuff on back order that clients have ordered that I can't get payment for until I get these products in. And so, I mean, I'll get the money eventually because deposits have been paid. It just... sucks having, like everything. It sucks having to wait for money. I need you to co-sign, I'm sealing the deal. That's cool. Time for me to bust back, I ain't gonna chill. Being on stage is a super spiritual experience. So I've really learned how to make micro adjustments. Sweet. All right. I should have had this flash drive plugged in. While it's heating up. Packing list. there's so many little things that you don't account for when starting a business. Like every time I thought I was ready to like get this screen printing business started, I would be missing some key component that I didn't think of. But thanks to the profits, I'm able to expedite my plans sooner. And the only reason I have a mobile DJ business is because I need to purchase the sound equipment for my concert event series. And I don't want to leave that equipment sit idle. And none of the other promoters who had CDJs, because when you book a national artist, they have rider requirements for type of sound and what they play their music productions on, which are CDJs or XDJs. So it has to be professional equipment, and none of them, except for Iowa Techno, would talk to me. Somewhat. They're super busy, so I don't expect them anything from them. I'm just not a big fan of techno, but I love the people involved with the techno music scene. But I just couldn't find. I paid deposits to a sound and lighting company, but because of COVID, he went out of business and I lost my deposit. Well, he might come through with me. He didn't have the money to pay it back, so I'm just like, well, when I come around to having a trap back party, you can work a few of my events, you know, to work off that $500, because I'll still need an engineer to run my sound and lighting stage. I like using black gloss ink the best. Let's get out there. Let's forget it. Let's get faded. Get this complicated. Let's get faded. Make mistakes, we won't regret it. Just do what JFK said. JFK said, a wise man once said that a mistake is never a mistake unless you refuse to correct the error. JFK said, a wise man once said that a mistake is never a mistake unless you refuse to correct the error. Well, that means all my mistakes have been perfect fucking choices. That means all my mistakes have been perfect fucking choices. As I've said before in previous broadcast recordings. Everything I said has already been said. So everything I've said in this production broadcast has been said on me on recorded productions over the last 8 years. So fear not, it's nothing new. I'm just able to communicate it a lot better because of the personal growth and development I've been applying to my life. So thank you, University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, for listening to me. All the other organizations are horrible. Unity Point, Mercy, they don't give a fuck about what anybody has to say. They just want to give them pills and make them go away and not believe what they say. And they wanted to try to make me think that everything I was thinking wasn't real. But I know, maybe I do know what real is. I just can't prove it. And I have no reason to prove it. I am not out to get anybody. I only find ways for solutions so we can all get along. Let's be ourselves and just get faded. orange ink. Goal achieved. My standing goal. Even though it gets achieved whether I'm standing or sitting down, Apple. So just so you know. I hate orange ink. It's so sticky compared to the other ones. And it's so funny because I have no competition. I have any unique ability to find customers and clients who need my services because they know me. And then they choose me and pick me because I'm reliable, trustworthy, and follow through. I have never not followed through. And like, I made a resolution in my spirit with my soul to not lie, cheat, and steal. Well, except from like Walmart. I don't do that anymore, but that was my resolution. Because, like, I'm firm in the vitamins I take and minerals I put in my body for the last 25 years. And for 10 years, I couldn't afford them. So I would steal them. But other than that, I justified it because I used to work for Walmart and they told me that they write off each individual store like $250,000 a year for thoughts they factored into their budget, and it's like just expected. So, you know, if it's expected, why not take part? I'm not returning the stuff to get money on a card and then selling it to a card place for cash for drugs. I just want to maintain cortisone Q10 levels in my body so I can maintain a youthful appearance for the ladies and the dudes or whatever. I'm sharing, I'm not sharing. The tunes of cake. So we want it all, cause I got it all. I know you need the whole cake. I have cake, I eat it too, with a pie in the sky. And if you think you can't accomplish anything in this life, you're lying to yourself. Because anything you want is attainable. And if you need help discovering what your talents are and abilities, because it's impossible to get a job in the state of Iowa if you have a marijuana conviction. So if you have any sort of convictions that are preventing you from getting a job, call me and I'll meet with you, and it'll take me like a meeting, and I'll go home, I'll think about you, and then I'll discover a way for you to make money through the type of person you are in a business format that uses my services. And I'll show you how to make money. Because never trust a paycheck. Never be reliable and dependent on a weekly paycheck. That's bullshit. It's never going to be enough. You know, and you political figureheads out there, if you ever need something spun, like if somebody says something and you don't agree with it and you need a way to spin it for your agenda, call me. I'm super creative and I can spin anything anybody says to mean something else, and then you can use it against them in your political effort campaigns. For a fee, of course. Call me consultant. But I don't want to know if I want to even use my gifts that way. I would for a time for a certain amount of money, but only if I got something out of it. If I got legislation or like the legislation I want passed to protect the people, and because I want to be protected from these crazy cops and criminals that work for them. They're allowed to run free on drugs. I won't go into more detail on that because it'll make me super paranoid. I don't like going there mentally anymore if I can help it. I think I just wanted to get it out like one last time on this channel, so I'm not misunderstood on who I am, what I'm about, what I'm doing. Because on other channels, I present myself in a certain way to sell merchandise to my followers and my fans, and on the platform. But I'm not fake, because everything I portray has been real at one point in my life. As to the level, I'm not telling you. I don't go into details about certain things because I don't even know the details. It's a mystery to me. It's like the Mac Miller said. I started with the dub, do that into an ounce, turn that into a pound. Now I got a house and a career. How the fuck did I get here? It's like the Mac Miller said. I started with the dub, do that into an ounce, turn that into a pound. Now I got a house and a career. How the fuck did I get here? Get money, fuck the system, break the law, break the law. Get money, fuck the system, break the law, break the law. So, test print, and then I'm getting out of here. Well, I'll be doing a music video for the production of these t-shirts for my client. That's a service I offer that gets hella plays on Instagram, and Twitter's finally starting to work for me. Probably because of Twitter Blue. Shouts out Twitter Blue. It's awesome. If you don't subscribe to it, subscribe to it. If you're a business, especially, or an influencer. Influencers might not need to, but for sure if you're a business, it's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. You still can't like edit your publications, but you have a chance to, briefly, that I'm a literal typo, but a lot of my typos work out for me because it changes the meaning to what I meant because I typed in the wrong word or it auto-corrected the wrong word. But then I read it and it gives me a whole new perspective on what it is I was trying to say. So that's unique. I like that. That's the poet in me. This first print is to test for pinholes in the screen. See if the ink comes through on any spots that I don't want it to come through on. And so with my security business, because a lot of towns and cities require 2 off-duty uniformed police officers to be at the event. So I don't want to hire them through the city. I want them working for me, and I'll pay them an extra $50 an hour, $100 an hour. And then before I take them on and let them work for me, I'm going to find some harm reduction organization to train them in the ways to handle people properly, respectfully. And then I'll have that harm reduction. Hopefully it's Iowa Harm Reduction Coalition, because they're full of responsible medical personnel from the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics. I have like a tent area at my event for counseling or treatment, and then hopefully have Dan Safe out there testing people's drugs for them, make sure they're not taking anything that's bad. You know, because that's an individual choice for an individual person. And they need help making the proper right choice, especially when it comes to substances these days. Because they're going to do it no matter what.
A feel of discontent, sing it all, fearless.
Not in the habit of consulting lawyers before I do what needs to be done.
And safety-wise, you want the drug you're taking to be real and pure, because those drugs come from plants. Sassafras, sidamali, you know, LSD from a moss, originally. And mushroom, like those types of drugs are embedded in our DNA as people, because our DNA is a genetic code, and people have been taking those drugs since the beginning of time for ailments and perspective and to get resolution for conflicting circumstances. And the medical science and data is coming in that those type of psychedelics in fact do treat those conditions, because if a substance is required, we can work it out of our DNA. Otherwise it turns into, we trigger cursed genetic traits when we don't heal properly. It manifests into something else. That's why I take turmeric. It's an anti-inflammation herb or root or whatever. And inflammation, when left unchecked in your body, will flare up. Siri talk, I was talking about President Biden's immigration reform policy popped up on my watch. All right, perps, peoples, aliens, humans, reptilians, shapeshifters, Nephilim, angels, fallen angels. It's time for the product. I did this process super slow because I'm talking to you internet robots that no one's watching, but I know will. I know my ex-girlfriends will. Hi! ink needs to be on 80 degrees on here for best results. I like doing small shirts for the ones I take photos of because they hang better and present the shirt better on the internet instead of like having it creased or folded or I gotta wash my hands real quick from this video live production rebroadcast. I found out when I was 18 that a live broadcast, when aired on TV, technically speaking, means it's the first time it means it was recorded live and then broadcast for the first time on a live recording. That's what live means on broadcast entertainment television when they say live. I found that out, not always, but sometimes. I found that out because I drove down to Vegas to the MTV Sports Music Festival that was supposed to be on the weekend. I drove down there and did gas runs the whole way there because we were broke, stole a car. Oh, we get there, we get to the Hard Rock Hotel and find out it was previously recorded 2 weeks ago. Like, but they said it was going to be live. And they're like, oh, that means they're airing it. It was recorded live. That was my first experience on how... I'm not going to forget that, you motherfuckers. No! Whoa, that could have been messy. It's the worst thing in the world when you spill, when your squeegee, like, falls. So, if you continued watching this, I want you to, I've surrounded myself with solfeggio frequencies for health and healing and restoration. So, ask the internet about solfeggio frequencies, 528 hertz. The Catholic Church changed all their music to 528 hertz because it's the love frequency. Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, all those cats use 432 hertz. Ah, blink. Here we go. Dope. First time business owner, Legends Gym. Whoop, whoop. And if any Iowa businesses are watching, go ahead and join our Secretary of State of Iowa's initiative for human trafficking. It doesn't matter. My mom tried to say it was about trying to fight Democrats like immigration policies or whatever, but it's not. It's about people. and it's not political, and because awareness is the only way to affect change, really, in things that are wrong. So, and the Secretary of State of Iowa, like, I don't know if he's Republican or Democrat, but whatever he is, he does a really good job at running that office. So please stay in that office as long as possible, because your staff has provided an awesome resource, at least for me and the people I've helped create businesses with. So all right. Thanks for tuning in, tuning out, turning up, getting lit, staying home, staying safe. I am the Nathan Daniel Barron, Ninja Turtle, Thing 1, Trap Back Party, DJ Trap Back Party for Trap Back Party All Iowa All Night Concert Event Series. Coming soon to cooperating cities who want large amounts of dollars flowed through their businesses. Or if they need to have a big building they want sold to have a skate park in when I'm not using it for my events. 319-251-8200 is my mobile cell phone number for Inscape events and screen printing only. 563-822-1394 is for all things Party Foul Productions LLC. If you're not using one of those two services, you need to call the other phone number, because that other stuff I only talk about to people who set up meetings for. You know, so if you want to invest in my organization, I'm down, but I'm not paying you any money. You can give me money and then I'll pay you for the services in the terms and conditions we agree to. But no conditional terms will ever be agreed to in my life unless we define the definitions to those terms first. So that way there will be never any misunderstandings. I know how to avoid those. It turns out it's the definitions to the terms that we don't understand when we're communicating with other people that result in misunderstandings. So if you define the terms, and it doesn't matter what the definition to those terms are, as long as you agree to what they mean between you and the other persons or people or organizations involved. That's all that matters. You don't have to get your point that no, you believe it means this. That's not important. It can mean whatever it wants to mean, as long as that way everything will be cohesive inside that agreement. And then in your life, you can believe it means whatever you want it to believe. So give up your opinions, trade them in for options, and call me, get rich. Deuces. Or richer. I got the wealth of the kingdom of heaven in my pocket application store. Deuces. On you, not me. Get off their notification. Major shit plan. Link in the bio. Deuces.
I'm a Hellcat.
You never wanna bring me in. You never wanna bring me in. You ain't never gonna bring me in. I am restricted. that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. Sing it all, fearless.
I'm not in the habit of consulting lawyers before I do what needs to be done.
You really, really, really wanna go hard. Go in the cribs till your stepfather's credit card. And take the car and do circles in the parking lot. Scream at the top of our lungs like,
Yeah, and then she pulled me close and told me now, let's rock the night away. I move your body to the beat like this, like this, like this. Throw your cups in the air, we so fly. Middle finger up to the sky.
oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Keep careful watch of my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over during storms. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, hold, stand by and we will watch the flames burn up and on the mountainside. If we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, prepare us as we will watch the flames burn open on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountains. I see fire burning the trees, and I see fire hollowing souls, and I see fire.
Trying to do?
Start a storm. You see, when salt particles are put into moisture-laden clouds, rain is produced.
Burn me. I will cover my eyes, for if the dark returns, then my brothers will die. And as the sky's falling down, it crashed into this lonely town. And with that shadow on the ground, I hear my people screaming out, and I see fire